Hello dear student, today we start chapter 1 real numbers. First some introduction. In earlier classes we already learnt about numbers and number sets. Number sets. First, natural numbers. Counting numbers are called natural numbers. Natural number set is denoted by capital letter N. Therefore, N is equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. Second, whole number set. All natural numbers with 0 are called whole numbers. Whole numbers is denoted by W. W is equals to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. Next number set is integers. Whole numbers with all negative numbers are called integers, or we can say all positive numbers 0 and all negative numbers together with is called integers. Integer is denoted by I. So in the set I is equals to 0, all positive numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on, and all negative numbers minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4 and so on. Next number set is rational number. Rational numbers that can be represented in the form of P by Q. The numbers that can be represented in the form of P by Q, where P and Q are any integer and Q is not equals to 0, are called rational numbers. So in rational number set there are the numbers type of P by Q in fraction form, where P and Q are integers and Q is not equals to 0. For example, 1 by 2, 3 by 4, minus 5 by 3, 0, 7, 3 by 7, so on. These are the rational numbers. Here we know that all the integers are rationals because all the integers can be written in the form of P by Q, where Q is not equals to 0. For example, 0 equals to 0 by 1. We can write 3 equals to 3 by 1. Minus 7 is equals to minus 7 by 1. Therefore, all the integers are rationals. Here we write Q is not equals to 0. For rational numbers, we write Q is not equals to 0. Why? Why Q is not equals to 0? Because in fraction 8 by 2, we can write 8 by 2 equals to 4 because 2 into 4 is equals to 8. But what about 8 by 0? Here there is not any number that can be multiplied by 0 to get 8. Therefore 8 by 0 has no value. Therefore we can say 8 by 0 is not defined. Next number set is irrational number. Irrational numbers are numbers which cannot be represented as the square, cube, etc. of any number. These numbers are called irrational numbers. For example, root 2, root 3, cube root of 10, fourth root of 7 and so on. Now real numbers. Real numbers. The combination of all rational numbers and irrational numbers is called real numbers and it is denoted by R. So, real number set having all rationals plus all irrationals. Now, in this chapter, we started with two very important properties of positive integers, namely the Euclid's division algorithm and the fundamental theorem of arithmetic. We studied these two properties. First, Euclid's division algorithm. Algorithm means a specified sequence of computational steps is called algorithm. Euclid's division algorithm is related with the divisibility of integers. In lower classes, we learnt about the division of numbers with a common division rule. What is the common division rule? Dividend is equals to divisor into quotient plus remainder, where remainder is either 0 or a positive integer less than divisor. Here we say that remainder is 0 or positive integer less than divisor. To understand this, we take some example. First example is for two numbers 24 and 3. If we divide 24 by 3, then by division rule we can write 24 is equals to 3 into 8 plus 0. Here remainder equals to 0. In second example, if we take two numbers 32 and 5, if 32 divided by 5, then by division rule we can write 32 is equals to 5 into 6 plus 2. That means if we divide 32 by 5, then 5 into 6 30. 32 minus 30 gives 2, and 2 is here 2 is remainder, and remainder 2 is less than the divisor 5. This is the common division rule. Now, Euclid's division lemma or Euclid's division algorithm. The statement is, for given two positive integers a and b, where a is greater than b, there exist unique whole numbers q and r such that a is equals to bq plus r, where 0 is less than equals to r is less than b. Here a is dividend, b is divisor, q is quotient and r is remainder. This is the simple division algorithm. Students, we know that HCF of two positive integers a and b is the largest positive integer which divides the given both integers a and b. In this basis, now HCF of two positive integers by using Euclid's division algorithm or lemma. To find the HCF of two numbers, we can use simple factorization method. But here we have to learn Euclid's division algorithm to find HCF. To understand this, we take one example. Example 1. Find HCF of 24 and 32 by using Euclid's division lemma. Given numbers are 32 and 24. Here 32 is greater than 24. Therefore, by Euclid's division lemma, a is equals to bq plus r, where 0 is less than equals to r is less than b. Put a is equals to 32 and b is equals to 24. Then we can write 32 is equals to 24 into 1 plus 8. How we can write this? Here by division we can see that if we divide 32 by 24, 32 into 1, 24 into 1, 24, 32 minus 24 gives 8. Here 8 has remainder. Therefore, we can write 32 is equals to 24 into 1 plus 8. Now, here remainder is 8, not equal to 0. Therefore, we taking a is equals to 24 and b is equals to 8 again, and apply division lemma for 24 and 8. Why we apply again Euclid's division lemma? Because we don't get remainder 0. For 24 and 8, by Euclid's division lemma we can write 24 is equals to 8 into 3 plus 0. Because if we divide 24 by 8, that means 8 into 3 24 and remainder is 0. Now we get remainder 0. Therefore, we cannot proceed further and we cannot use division lemma. Therefore, if remainder 0, we stop this process, and the HCF of 32 and 24 is the last divisor, which remainder is 0. That means last divisor is 8. Therefore, HCF of 32 and 24 is equals to 8. From this example, we can say that the steps to find HCF of two numbers by Euclid's division algorithm. Step 1. For finding HCF of A and B, where A is greater than B and A dividend and B divisor. So, we apply division algorithm on the number A and B. We can write A is equals to BQ plus R, where Q is quotient and R is remainder. If remainder is 0, then HCF is the last divisor, that means B. Therefore, HCF of AB is equals to B. Now, step 2. If R is not equals to 0, that means remainder is not 0, then taking divisor and remainder of first step. What is the divisor and remainder of first step? Divisor of first step is B and remainder of first step is R. Taking B and R, we apply again division algorithm. Therefore, B is equals to R into D plus C. Here D is quotient and C is remainder. If here C is equals to 0, then HCF of AB is equals to R. Here R is the divisor of second step. And again, if remainder C is not equals to 0, then again apply the division algorithm on R and C till we get remainder 0. This is the step to find HCF by Euclid's division lemma. We take some more examples to clarify it. Example 2. Find HCF of 35 and 14 by Euclid's division lemma. Here 35 is greater than 14. Then by Euclid's division lemma, A is equals to BQ plus R, where 0 is less than equals to R is less than B. If we divide 35 by 14, then 14 into 2, 28. 35 minus 28 gives 7. Therefore, 7 is remainder, 2 is quotient. So, by Euclid's lemma, we can write 35 is equals to 14 into 2 plus 7. Now, again apply division algorithm for 14 and 7. Divisor 14 and remainder 7. Now 14 is dividend and 7 is divisor. If we divide 14 by 7, then 7 into 2, 14. 14 minus 14, 0. Therefore, we can write 14 is equals to 7 into 2 plus 0. Now, we get remainder 0. And last step divisor is 7. Therefore, HCF of 35 and 14 is 7. Next example. Example 3. Find HCF of 81 and 237 by using Euclid's division algorithm. Here 237 is greater than 81. Now use Euclid's division algorithm. A equals to BQ plus R, where 0 is less than equals to R is less than B. Here A is equals to 237 and B is equals to 81. First divide 237 by 81. We get 81 into 2, 162. 162 subtract from 237, we get 75. In first step, 2 is quotient, 75 is remainder. So we can write 237 is equals to 81 into 2 plus 75. Now second step. Here remainder 75 is not equals to 0. Therefore, we have to go for second step. In second step, 81 divided by 75. So, 75 into 1 equals to 75 and 81 minus 75 gives 6. Therefore, we can write second step, 81 is equals to 75 into 1 plus 6. In second step, remainder is 6, which is not equals to 0. So we have to go for third step. In third step, 75 is dividend and 6 is divisor. We have to divide 75 by 6. 6 into 12. 6 into 1 6. 7 minus 6 1. Now 15. 6 into 2 12. 15 minus 12 3. Here 3 is remainder. Therefore, next step is 75 is equals to 6 into 12 plus 3. Again here remainder 3 is not 0. So, we go for fourth step. In fourth step, 6 is dividend and 3 is divisor. If we divide 6 by 3, then 3 into 2 is equals to 6 and 6 minus 6 0. Here we get remainder 0. Then fourth step is 6 is equals to 3 into 2 plus 0. In fourth step, we get remainder 0. And the divisor of fourth step, which is remainder 0, is 3. Therefore, HCF of 237 and 81 is equals to 3. This is the method to find the HCF of two numbers by Euclid's division lemma. By using these examples, you can solve some questions. Students, here some practice questions. You solve these questions on your homework notebook. Using Euclid's division lemma, find the HCF of 248 and 122. Second, HCF of 84 and 105. Third, HCF of 100 and 190. Fourth question, HCF of 155 and 1385. Question number 5. Solve examples from textbook related to find HCF of Euclid's algorithm. And question number 6. Solve the question number 1 of exercise 1.1 from your textbook. Thank you.